Hey, it's Dwayne,
And Gerrick.
and this is episode 24 of Trading with G, teaching kids and adults about money. And this week's episode, you know what it's called, Gerrick? What is it called?
Time to fly, tell.
Time to Fly was last week. This is called Takeoff or Tailspin. And there's a reason for that. This week, it looked like it was time to fly. On Tuesday, the market shot up before coming all the way back down the rest of the week to almost just a little below where we started the week, just almost even where we started the week. So this is called Takeoff or Tailspin. Do we take off this week or do we go into a tailspin and dive further down?
Then we take.
You think we're getting ready to take off? I think we might be getting ready to take off too. So first things first though, Gerrick, what do they need to do?
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. And if you'll do us one extra favor and share our video out, we would so greatly appreciate that. We're brand new. We haven't been doing this long, these episodes. So not a lot of people know about us yet. And so if you would help us share out our videos and just let the world know, hey, we exist, we would really appreciate that. So with that being said, I do want to let you guys know that if you want to follow the moves we make throughout the week in between episodes.
In our Facebook group, it's called Trading with G.
You got to join our Facebook group, right? Trading with G. And there's a link in the description of this video. So with that being said, Gerrick, are you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go trade. All right, so if you're brand new and you're joining us,
yeah,
we trade stocks through CashApp. Yes, CashApp. You can trade stocks through CashApp. It's really that simple. If you live in the United States, you can use CashApp. If you live outside the United States, there's other applications that you can download to your phone or your tablet, and you could trade stocks along with us. You'll just have to Google what applications work in your country. You may even already have one on your phone. A lot of people have one on their phone and they don't even realize it. So check and see what applications allow you to trade stocks with us. Like I said, if you're in the US, you can use CashApp to trade along with us. What we did was we set Gerrick up with $100 in his CashApp account, and every week he gets $10 added to his account for doing your what?
Chores.
For doing his chores. So he's trading his allowance and he's building his wealth by compounding his account and trading his allowance each week. So, Gerrick, do you want to tell them about CashApp?
So down here in the left bottom corner, you're gonna see your money amount, where you have all your money, and you're gonna
see a dollar amount, right?
Yeah, and if it's out, if you don't have any, then it's gonna show a house.
It's going to show a house or what looks like a bank, right? So you're going to click that lower left-hand corner.
And then you're going to go here, press stocks. But if you're brand new, your screen's going to look like this. It's going to have a search bar, and it's going to have all of this down here.
So if you're brand new and you haven't bought any stocks yet,
this is where
your screen's going to look a little different than ours until you buy your first stock.
So let's say you search up Ford.
So let's say you're going to buy Ford.
And you come here. Right here, you're going to see it, and then you're going to buy it. And just press that, or if you have it already, just sell it.
Yep. So if you're buying it, you're just going to hit the buy button and put the dollar amount that you want to buy, right? And if you sell it, you just hit sell and you could sell all of it. It's that simple. But
and then if you have a stocks already, your screen's going to look exactly like ours.
Yes. So once you buy your first stock, your screen is going to look much like ours. You're going to see your chart of your performance and all your stocks listed and all those good things.
Yep, and we have lots of stocks on here. You can buy lots of stocks and have a list of them, like some of ours. You can have all of ours, but they're gonna all be different because you're brand new.
Yeah, well, and they can trade the same stocks that we're in, right?
Yep.
If they choose to.
We also have some stocks down here that we don't have.
These are stocks we've sold in the past.
Yeah, these are the ones we sold in the past. National Therapeutics, ExxonMobil, Chevron, Restaurant Brands International, Rent the Runway, Rackspace Technology, and we're looking and see how much downloads are to buy one of those. And
we've made money on all those, right? Because everything we've sold so far, we've made a profit on, right?
Yep. So like we have.
So let's show them
our money in here. We have money. We have money in this right here.
And we have money in the market. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's show them our performance. Okay. If you look at our all-time performance, when we came out of the gate, we took a big spike up. We went up quite a bit, right? Before rolling off and coming down. And that's normal trading. You're going to go into the valley. You have to, in fact, you have to go into the valley to buy down and set yourself up to make a profit for when it goes back up. But if we look at what it did this past week, look, Gerrick, we finished the week just slightly down, not much, 0.21%. We were down 55 cents is how we finished the week. But if we look right here, we still held above our recent lows. But what was so interesting is on Tuesday, we rocketed up there. Last week's episode was called "Is It Time? Time to Fly?"
Yeah, and look at this today. It flies so up. Look at this big.
On Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, look at these big spikes right here.
It went up quite a bit on Tuesday before kind of coming back down the rest of the week, right?
Let's come over here and see how much on percent that is. Up here, it's 5.32%.
5.32. Yep, we went up that much before coming back down. So this week's episode is called what? Takeoff or Tailspin.
Yeah.
And you know why it's called Takeoff or Tailspin?
Yeah.
Because the question is, are we going to go back up from here?
Or are we going to stay?
Or are we going to take and dive down and go down further? Which is a possibility as well. We'll know this week, but this is either takeoff or tailspin, right? And we might go sideways there for a minute. We might just kind of dance around and go what I call sideways until we decide to either take off way up or until we decide to come down a little further. So we'll know. We'll know after this coming week. But we're going to look, first of all, if you're brand new and you're joining us and you say, hey, this is pretty cool. I'd like to trade stocks with you guys. I'd like to make the moves that you guys are making in the market. You can do that. You're more than welcome to do that. That's totally up to you at your own risk. And that's totally your decision. But if you do want to follow along with us, and you say, okay, I want to get in the same stocks, and you want to use the risk management strategy that we utilized, which we call the power of one, right? Because it encompasses what? What's the power of one?
God's power.
God's power. Why do we call it God's power? Because the sine wave always behaves a certain way. It doesn't matter if it's a brain wave, a heart wave. They all behaved a certain way, just the way that God designed them. So our job's not to try to force anything. We're just making the moves and we're managing our ride and managing our baseline. And then when they go into profit, we're looking to take a nice profit off of them.
Yeah, look at this profit down here. We might buy one of these. Look how much down that is.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to buy this just yet, because we've got a lot of risk right now. But you're right, Rackspace is down there a ways. If we didn't have so much in the market right now, we might look to buy some rack space. But we got to look at what we're working with currently. So we're going to look at a couple of stocks today. But if you're wanting to start with us and you're wanting to utilize the risk management strategy that we use, it's really simple. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your starting balance and you're going to put 9% of that in each of the first 5 stocks. So 9 times 5, that's a total of 45%. So you're going to take 9% of your starting balance and put it in the first 5 stocks.
Okay, 1.
What those 5
2,
stocks are,
3.
what those 5 stocks are is Peloton, Virgin Galactic,
but not 270 Bio because it's off the board.
We're going to skip 270 Bio because it's not available to purchase on CashApp any longer. There's nothing wrong with 270 Bio. It's just that CashApp has some strict policies, and so when there's a stock with lower volume, sometimes they'll take it off the board. So we were able to buy 270 Bio earlier, and we're able to sell it whenever we want, but you're not able to purchase 270 Bio right now because they took it off the board. So skip over 270 Bio.
To Vizio.
Vizio would be the next one. Ford Motor, and then Broadcom. Those would be your first 5. So you take 9% of your starting balance and you put it in each one of those. So if you start out with $100, 9% would be $9. If you're starting with $1,000, 9% would be $90. If you're starting with $10,000, 9% would be, of course, $900. So that's how simple it is. Now, what you're going to do with the next stocks on the list is really simple. After you buy your first 5, you're going to be left with 55% of your balance. You're going to take 9% of that and you're going to buy the next one on the list, which is Roblox. And then you'll have another amount, a new amount, after you take that purchase off, and you're going to take 9% of that new amount and you're going to buy Zoom Video Communications. And then as far as Purple, UPower, and WeWork, those are off the board. You're not able to purchase them on CashApp at this time, so you can just go ahead and skip over those. So that's really how simple it is. 9% of your balance, Peloton, Virgin Galactic, Vizio, Ford, Broadcom, 9% in each one. And then whatever's left over, you're going to take 9% of that amount and you're going to buy Roblox. And then whatever's left over after that, you're going to take 9% of that amount and buy Zoom Video Communications. And that's going to give you some cash that's left over to be able to buy on the way down if they come lower. Plus, if you're doing what we're doing, you're probably also adding money to your account each week or each month. So Gerrick adds $10 to his account each week, right? So that's how simple it is to get started with us. I do want to let you guys know we do have some buy and sell orders, so you want to take note of this. We have 2 buy orders.
Yeah.
We're buying more Virgin Galactic if the price hits
$1.37, and we're buying Zoom for $9 if it hits $61.
And we're buying more Zoom if it hits $61.70.
And we got sell orders.
And hold on. And how much of it are we buying? Well, whatever we start off with, our entry amount in a trade, we're buying it in that dollar increment. So, for instance, to start off, we bought $9 worth of Zoom, and so we're buying it in $9 increments as it comes down. And the same way with Virgin Galactic, we started off with $9 in it, And we're also buying it in $9 increments.
We're buying it in $9 and $1.
Yep, and we're also buying Virgin Galactic. We're buying $1 of Virgin Galactic each week. So we're scheduling that to buy on Monday. But Gerrick gets $10 a week, so he's taking 10% of that, and he's buying Virgin Galactic each week. In addition to his $9 increments, as it comes down to our various buy points. So we have those buy orders for Virgin Galactic and Zoom, but we also have 2 sell orders. Do you want to tell them what the sell orders are?
Yeah.
What's the sell order?
So on sell order, so we're gonna sell all of Roblox if it hits $41.56.
Okay.
And then we're gonna if the price hits $92 on Zoom, then we're gonna sell all of Zoom.
Yep, correct. So we have 2 sell orders. One at $41.56 for Roblox, and we're probably gonna sell it sooner. We just set it up there in case it spikes up there. We talked about this last week, but we're probably going to sell it somewhere between $33 to $34. So if it goes up there and it starts slowing up, we're probably going to sell it there around $33 to $34. And Zoom, we have it tentatively set to sell at $92, but we may sell it sooner. So we may cancel that order and sell it sooner. I do want to tell you one thing about Zoom though. See how we're buying more at 61.70, Gerrick? Did you know that Zoom came down on Friday and it almost hit our buy order? Look right here. Zoom came all the way down to $62.17. So our buy order is at 61.70. It may hit that this week. See this top of this peak right here? We put it at 61.68. We set our buy order at 61.70. So it's really close to hitting that. We may hit that buy order for Zoom this week. But the 2 stocks we're going to look at today, what stocks are those?
Is it going to be Peloton?
No, we're going to look at
Roblox?
No.
Broadcom?
We're going to look at 2 stocks, and then I'm going to let you pick out one other one to look at. So the one that we're going to look at
is Vizio
today, one of them is Vizio. You want to click Vizio?
Is the other one Ford Motor?
Nope, the other one is Broadcom.
Oh,
so let's look at Vizio. We're going to set another buy order on Vizio just in case it does come down there on a spike. And we're able to catch, we want to be able to catch it.
Look at this right here.
So
it's up 80%.
It was up 0.8% on Friday.
Yeah,
but on the week, it was down 2.14% on the week. It's down almost 14% on the month, and it's down over 43% on the year. So if we look at this chart, see how it's just starting to kind of come down gradually? Do you see that? Where it's just sloping down real gradual. A lot of times what will happen is whenever that just comes down really gradual like that, it'll hit a point where it just shoots way up. And likewise, if something is going up really gradually, it'll hit a point where it just shoots way down. But Vizio looks like it's just coming down on that real gradual decline. And so when we hit that point, whatever point that may be, I think we're going to see Vizio really fly up there. But if it does come down more, we're going to look to buy some more. Currently, right now, Gerrick, we're down a little over 23% on Vizio, and that's okay. That's okay. We can be down 23. We can even be down around 30%, and that's okay. All we're doing right now is just managing our ride and scaling our money in so that when it does go up, we can profit, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a look at this. You're going to have to take my phone, take my calculator, and we're going to do some calculations for our next buy point. You know what those calculations are?
Yeah.
let's look at this. You see the year chart? Do you see this valley right here? We're going to take this valley, the bottom of that, which is $6.41. So go ahead and put 6.41.
6.41.
And then you see the bottom of this valley right here?
Are we gonna minus?
Yep. Subtract 5.45.
5.45.
And what is that?
90.96.
That's 96 cents. So we're going to take 96 cents off the bottom of this spike. So clear that out and put in 5.45.
5.45
minus
0.96.
0.96. And what's that equal?
Equals 4.49.
449. And we want to set our buy order just a little higher. So what do you say we set our order at maybe 4.53, 453? Does that sound good? We want to set it just a little higher than that 449. Let's set it at 453. Does that sound good?
I want to set it 511.
453. Go ahead and hit buy.
Okay, let's get it.
It's at $5.01 right now. Oh, by the way, what are we buying this in? We're buying this in $11.20 increments. Do you remember that? If we look at Vizio, see, we're buying it in $11.20 increments. Why? Because at the time we purchased Vizio, 9% of our available balance was $11.20. So we're buying it in $11.20 increments. So let's go ahead and hit buy. We're going to set a buy order. How are we going to do that? We're going to click change order type.
We're going to go to
custom purchase order.
Then we're going to push the calculator.
And we're going to put in 453. 4.53. If it comes down there, we're going to buy more Vizio. Hit next. And we're going to buy $11.20 worth. $11.20, because that's what our initial purchase was.
90 days.
We're going to set it for 90 days.
We can always cancel it.
We can always cancel it.
Then we're going to confirm.
And we're going to confirm.
And we're done.
And let's see.
We're done.
It says it's been set. So let's take a look and see here.
What? Right here. I saw it.
No, we got to take a look right here. Let's see if it
go down.
Go to investing orders.
Right there.
Right there.
If it hits $4.53, then we're going to buy $11.20
of Vizio, right? We're going to buy the same dollar amount as what our entry point was. And our entry point was $11.20. So we're buying it in $11.20 increments. So we're going to set a buy order on Vizio. We look good there. We're just waiting for Vizio to hit that point. And I think once we see it hit that point, we're going to see Vizio shoot way up out of there.
Yep. And our next stock's Broadcom.
We're going to look at Broadcom. And you know what we're going to set on Broadcom?
A buy order. We're
going to set a sell order on Broadcom. And I'm going to show you why. Right now, we're up on Broadcom. We're only up a little over 0.5%. We're up 15 cents. We're not up that much. But that's okay. There was a really big news article out on Broadcom this week. You know what it is?
No.
Read this.
Jim Cramer says, hope for China's approval of a key Broadcom deal sends shares higher.
Send shares higher. So there is speculation that Broadcom and not just speculation, really good speculation that Broadcom is getting ready to acquire a company that looks really, really good. It's a company, I believe, out of China. You just want to read this article real quick?
Yeah.
Why don't we read this article? You want me to read it or do you want to?
I'll read it.
All right. What's this say? VMware on Thursday.
VMW on Thursday jumped roughly 4% on reports that Broadcom's AVGO
Acquisition
is of the cloud and virtual machine company is likely to be approved by China shortly.
Okay.
China's state
Administration
for market regulation is expected to be granted conditional
antitrust approval
soon, according to trade publication
Gill Reporter. And let's see what else it says. What's that say?
Approval of the
$60 billion
purchased will boost shares
of chip maker Broadcom significantly. CNBC's Jim Cramer said.
Jim Cramer said, citing the company's
artificial intelligence
efforts as another bonus.
Yep.
Broadcom is
so that pretty much says it. The rest is basically just some opinions and whatnot. But that pretty much tells you that Broadcom is looking to acquire VMware for $60 billion. And if that happens, that will send the value of Broadcom higher. And VMware, of course, is a Chinese company, even though that Broadcom is a US company. So they're looking at acquiring this company. And if that happens, we could see Broadcom shoot way up there. And look at it. See how it's already coming up? It's already looks like it could really break out big to the upside. Now, we've also said that Broadcom could come back down and hit the top of this peak right here at around $674. But it could also take off right here and it could go way up. So we'll probably sell it much sooner. But if by chance that news comes out and all of a sudden we see it shoot way up, which does happen from time to time, we want to make sure we have a sell order set up there so that we can catch that spike up if that happens. So you know where we're going to set our sell order? Let's take a look at this, Gerrick. Why don't we set that sell order? Do you see right here? What's that say?
304.48.
Let's see. Nah, it's actually a little higher. It says 316.
316.
We don't need the cents on there. We're just going to take 316, okay?
Yeah.
And then we're going to take the top of this peak over here. What does that say? 674. So go ahead and get the calculator out. We're going to take 674 minus 316.
674.
And we might even be able to take, you know what? We could take this peak.
Minus what?
We could even take this peak over here.
Okay, minus what?
674. Actually, let's not go on this 3. Let's go on this peak right here. Minus, let's see the top of that. 271 equals. What does that equal? 403. Now add, put plus. We're going to add that back to the top of the 674. So add that 403 plus 674. And what's that come out to?
1,077.
1,077. 1,077. So why don't you say, what do you say? Why don't we set our sell order just a little below that? What do you think we should set it for tentatively? It's at 855 right now.
992.
We could set it for 992, but let's set it a little higher. We can always cancel our sell order. Let's see. That came out to what? That came out to 1,077. Why don't we set our sell order at 1,059, maybe 1,060? We could even set it at 1,070. What do you say there? That we do that. Let's set it at 1,070. How about that? What's that?
1,050.
1,000. We can set it at 1,052. Let's do it. Okay. We're probably not going to end up selling it at 1,052. We're probably going to cancel that order and sell it earlier. And by the way, if we do that and you're in our Facebook group, you will know, because any more moves that we make throughout the week, we post inside our Facebook group called Trading with G. And there's a link in the description of this video. But for the sake of, if some major news happens and that acquisition goes through, and for whatever reason, Broadcom shoots all the way up there, we want to make sure that we're able to catch it. So we're going to put a sell order in for what? 1,052, right? Go ahead and hit sell.
Sell.
We're going to change our order type.
And is it going to be
custom purchase order?
Is it going to be the calculator?
Yeah, you could put in 1,052 if you want. 0 1052. No, putting a decimal. You don't need to put a decimal. 1,052 is that. Okay. So we'll put in 1,052. It does it automatically. So 1,052, and we're going to sell. We're going to sell all of it if it goes up there, right? Does that sound like a plan?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to set it for 90 days.
We can always cancel it.
And we're going to hit next. So all 90 days.
We can always cancel it.
We can always cancel it and we can sell it early. So
and after this is done,
we're going to set that. Hit done. And let's make sure it's set at our order.
Right here. Solve Broadcom if it price hits $1,500.
$1,052.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to set it up there for now. Like I said, we'll probably sell it earlier, but there's some really positive news out about Broadcom. And if they acquire that company, VMware, if they acquire VMware, we could really see the price go up even more and really shoot up there. We can even look at VMware. Look, VMware is right here. So this is the company Broadcom's looking to acquire. They're $169 a share right now. And it'll be interesting. They're on their way up. And they certainly look like they've got a lot of value. This chart looks really good. So for Broadcom to acquire them, it should really bring the boom to Broadcom if and when that happens. Lastly, you're going to pick a stock. We're going to look at it. Any of these stocks, which one do you want to take a look at on this list?
I want to look at Virgin Galactic Holdings.
We looked at Virgin Galactic last week. Remember?
Peloton.
You going to look at Peloton? We can look at Peloton. Right now in Peloton, we're down a little over 24%. Our average cost per share is $6.40. And Gerrick, I think Peloton looks good to come up here soon. If you look just recently, Peloton went up quite a bit. Now it has came back down a little bit, but that's fine. Do you see where it's hitting? Look right here. You see this peak right here at 482? It's at 485 now. It came down today at 481. There's a good chance that we see Peloton bounce off of here, and we could see Peloton go even higher. We'll know more this week. There's also a chance that it could come down to around $3.96 if it does fall. But I think it looks like there's a good chance that this is going to bounce up here, and we're going to start heading back up. Where do we think Peloton can go? Where do we think it can go, Jay? You want to show them? Where do we think Peloton can go? We think it can go all the way up, probably.
I think it can
to the bottom of here, right? Hold on.
think it can go.
We think it can go right here to the bottom of here, which is around $7, $6.86, $7. And we even think it could potentially go all the way up here to around $8.31. And we even think that there might be a chance that we could go all the way up to here. See this valley? See how nothing has came back and hit it yet? That valley is at what? What's that price? It's around $12, right? So we think it could even come up to around 12. But the point is, our cost average is 640. So even if it came up here to the bottom of this right here at 686, right around $7, we're still going to be in a really good profit. We're still going to make a nice profit on it. So Gerrick, I like where we're sitting with Peloton. We're just going to have to see. This is a great one right here to reflect the name of our episode. Takeoff or Tailspin. Peloton's at that point where it could do a takeoff or it could do a tailspin. But this week will definitely tell us a lot more. I think we look good to go up. I really think we look good to take off. So with that, Gerrick, I'm going to stop sharing. So with that, Gerrick, I think we look good this week.
Yeah.
Man, last week we asked time to fly. Well, it certainly looked like it was time to fly. It's still possible that it might be time to fly. But on Tuesday, we thought we were clapping, thinking, yes, it's time to fly, because it flew way up there. But then it kind of gradually came back down the rest of the week. Now, the question is, are we going to take off from here?
Or
are we going to
tailspin?
Or are we going to tailspin? What do you think we're going to do?
I think we're going to probably go crazy and then tailspin.
You think we're going to go crazy a little and then a tailspin? Crazy to the upside or crazy to the downside?
Crazy to the upside.
You think we're going to go crazy to the upside and then do a tailspin after that?
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. As long as we go crazy to the upside and we take some profit, we can let the rest of the market do a tailspin, because you know what? We'll sell up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll sell and we'll let the market do a tailspin, and then we'll look to buy it back down even lower, which will take us even higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll just have to wait and see. You know, there's no telling. We'll know a lot more this week. We did set that buy order for Vizio.
And we set that sell order
for Broadcom. There's a good chance Vizio may take off here. But if it does come down there, and there's also a good chance that we could see it come down and spike down real quick and then pop back up. And that's what we really would love to see. If we could see this do a tailspin and come down, just shoot down and then right back up, that's a good signal that we're definitely getting ready to take off and that it is time to fly. So we'll have to see what this week brings us. But Gerrick, before we go, we need to remind them to do what?
Smash that like button.
And subscribe to our channel. Also, be sure you join our Facebook group,
Trading with G.
Trading with G. So if we make any moves throughout the week in between episodes, you're going to know about them. And there's a link in the description of this video to join that group. Well, this is Dwayne.
And Gerrick.
Reminding you, manage the ride.
And you will master the time.
Until next time. Bye now, everyone. Say bye.
Bye.